Hello, my friends. We're going to look at exchange traded funds, and we're going to have an assignment to help us invest in these very interesting investment vehicles. So, question is, what is an ETF? Well, an exchange traded fund is an investment that is traded on stock exchanges, just like you would find on the stock market. Very similar to a mutual fund, but I think they're faster. So they hold a collection of asset stocks, bonds, commodities, whatever the fund is basically based on. And again, little like a mutual fund, but I like to think that they're faster. You can get the liquidity out of it. You can sell it within the day. So stocks are traded in the day, and that's how ETFs are as well. Mutual funds trade after the day's closing. I think they both are very good instruments that you can put into your portfolio, and that's what we want to do. Start building portfolios throughout our career and our lifetime. Some of the features of an exchange traded fund. So, lots of assets in one purchase. I would like to have shares of Nvidia. I like the Magnificent Seven, so to speak. So I want Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, etc., etc. Those are all very expensive stocks, and I probably can't afford all seven of them unless I had, I don't know, somewhere around $3,000, and I could get maybe one share of each. If I put $3,000 into an ETF, I would have those funds as well as a multitude of other type of technology. So that's nice. Again, they're bought and sold during the market hours as well as after hours. Even on weekends on different exchanges like Robinhood will let you buy it throughout the weekend. They may have lower expense ratios. So mutual funds and ETFs, just remember, investments have to make their money, and they do charge you an expense ratio. And that's a yearly ratio based on your portfolio, the amount of money you have in that fund. Many times ETFs are just a little bit cheaper than a mutual fund, but that's probably not the only reason you'd want to buy one. It's just a nice extra benefit, may or may not be. You can see what is disclosed daily. So you will see the top 5 funds that they have. They'll always have the top 5 stocks and companies that they're invested in, or top 10, and those may change. You'll see it throughout the day or the next day. Like, whoa, I'm having more of one company versus another. And again, very flexible, my friends. Wide range of sectors and strategy. So we're going to try to build a strategy for this assignment. Again, mutual funds and ETFs are very close because they have diversified portfolios, and that's fantastic. ETFs, the key word in my opinion is speed. They are faster, so they trade throughout the day cycle. Again, a mutual fund, if you were to purchase your mutual fund, which are great, you would trade at the day's closing. On ETFs, you would get that minute by minute share price. All sorts of stuff. Mutual funds offer automatic dividend reinvestment. ETFs do as well. You just have to set that up, and that's it's pretty quickly to do. When on your Robinhood account, say all, or Fidelity account, or Yahoo Finance account, whatever account you want to use, just say all dividends reinvest. And I would definitely suggest that you do that because you're trying to grow a portfolio. And again, what's very interesting, we're seeing a lot of ETFs. The Acorns platform, those are ETFs, and that is completely managed. It's mainly managed by artificial intelligence. So now you have the speed of artificial intelligence decision making, which is only becoming faster, managing the account for you, managing the stocks and the bonds or the companies that it purchases. Mutual funds are typically managed by a team of professionals. And so that might be the difference between the two. Now, some ETFs are also managed by professionals, but you will see a lot by AI. All right, so now we know a little bit what an exchange traded fund is. What can we do with that? Well, the objective of this assignment is to build a diversified portfolio based on innovation, emerging technology and disruptive technology, and maybe try to also get a global perspective. Mutual funds are fantastic for your retirement accounts because they're very stable. ETFs go a little bit faster. So let's propose an investment portfolio where you do not need the money until 10 years out. So we are looking at a long-term investment, but that gives us an opportunity to utilize something emerging, something that's going to be high risk and high reward, and we invest in it systematically. So for this assignment, we're trying to create a 10-year ETF portfolio using AI. This is a great area to use artificial intelligence, your favorite model that you're using for the decision making. So if we can make it diversified among technology, that could be healthcare technology, quantum computing technology, AI technology, clean energy technology, whatever areas that you would like to go into. And again, this is not a sure thing right in here. So this is where I would say you put the most of your risk in an investment portfolio. But again, since they're ETFs, they have automatic more diversification inside the ETF because of all the companies it has. All right. So let's check it out. So here's the key concepts that we have been trying to review in this little assignment, little overview. Again, the structure, the benefits of ETFs, how easy they are to trade, and again, we're looking at a risk tolerance. So let's put something out 10 years. That means we're in the 2030s at that point, 2035, 2036, 2037. That's when you're going to want your income. It's always interesting, my friends, to have different portfolios set up in your investments, things that you need now, things for the future, and again, something for maybe even a longer future, but that can capitalize. Wouldn't it be great if you had we invested in the NVIDIA when it just came out, or Amazon when it just came out, and we were able to get that huge rush of growth. Well, that's what we're trying to get here. So the emerging trends: AI, robotics, quantum computing, genomics, all right, the healthcare, clean energy, biotech, and again, anywhere from the United States up to your global diversification. That's what we're wanting to get. So we're going to choose 5. We're going to look at 10. All right, I'm going to show you how to get an AI search going, and then allocate it to 5 funds, 100% total. So you could have 20% across the board for each ETF. You could do one at 50% and then the rest are at 10, whatever you think you want to move into. Again, we're trying to reflect a high risk. If many times I see a student that will just do something that is a basic ETF, and it's not wrong, but it's the basic big companies right now. You will get some growth, no doubt, but utilize that in a different type of portfolio. This is your risk portfolio. We're trying to focus on innovation and disruption. So this is what you're going to include. Now I've already built you a PDF fillable form. Just like I said in the beginning of the course, you must have Adobe Acrobat Reader. At the least, that is free to do these assignments. Any other format that you put it in, if it comes back as a Word file, it's a 50% grade reduction. It needs to be in the form that I've given you. It makes it much easier for me to grade. That's the instructions. So include the following. You're going to have the name, the focus area of the ETF, the ticker symbol, the price per share, allocation, and the top 5 holdings. And then we're going to use a little reflection of our portfolio. Again, the description of the ETF. We're going to have in there also what was the expense ratio, how do they reflect your confidence in the future, and how did an AI system help you in these investments. So we're going to look at the next area of how to write a good AI prompt for this, and then look at the information where you're going to find it. You'll also need to use either Robinhood. If you don't have a Robinhood account yet, it's very easy to set up, and I would encourage you to do so. Now, you do need to be at least 18 years old, but you can make an account and you do not have to automatically fund it. But the great thing about some of these accounts, my friends, you can fund them with a few dollars. They let you buy micro shares, so you trying to reduce the mystique of investing. Or we'll also look at Market Watch and Yahoo Finance to find the rest of our information. I will also include a bonus project for you in here, an opportunity. I'll put an extra 10 points. The assignment is 40 points. I'll give you an extra 10 if you can show me a screenshot of your Robinhood, Fidelity, or other investment account. Again, you can make your own accounts up on Yahoo Finance, and put at least $5 in your 5 ETFs. That would be $25. That's what? That's a trip to Chipotle and then Starbucks, and basically that's all it is, $25 right in there. Anything that I can do to help you move into the arena of investment world as soon as you can in life, I think will benefit you just greatly. So I give you a little extra bonus opportunity if you can and if you want to. Strictly optional. That's it. I'm not forcing you to do anything. So we're using artificial intelligence to help us with our investment portfolio of exchange traded funds. You can use any one you like. Since we are a Microsoft organization, I used Microsoft Copilot, and this is the prompt. When you are utilizing AI, you may even want to go into AI and say, what type of prompts should I write to get the best results? And you will find some very interesting information. So this is the prompt that I put in. I would like to build an emerging technology portfolio. I'm choosing a high-risk strategy as I do not need the money for 10 years. I want to build this portfolio using 5 emerging technology ETFs. So I want to advise me on 10, so I can pick from 5 that would fit my criteria. So I'm going to narrow it down to 5. Now, actually, that was the prompt that AI told me to write. I said, how could I write a good prompt? Ask it what it wants, and you'll get much better results in any of your research. So based on building your portfolio, it came up with these 10 high growth emerging technology ETFs. So ARC Innovations, big one, a lot of fintech, semiconductor, all types of semiconductor backbones, biotech. So you can see we're getting some diversity in here. You're getting your expense ratios. Just because one has a high expense ratio doesn't mean that's bad. It may be producing amazing results. So it's just interesting. I want you to figure out their expense ratio, and that is obviously just choose it right there. And there's mine, what I found. So now I'm going to choose the next 5, and I did ask Copilot, can you give me a little more information? One great thing about AI is not getting a commission as a stockbroker would. So you're getting pretty good unbiased information, at least in my opinion. So that's what ARC does, that's what VanEck does, that's what iShares Biotech. And again, you can literally go down and drill as much information as you want. And that is the key to wisdom, understanding what we do not already know. So AI gives us a very good start to this. Now, the one thing AI does not do a good job on, if you're looking at the price per share, AI does not normally give a detailed amount. That's why we're going to have to use 2 other resources. AI works so fast that it may hit the first number it sees, and it could be a year ago, based on a search. And it puts in a much lower number, and I see that a lot on assignments. So it's a great starting place. I like this. I like Defiance Quantum ETF. Now that is quantum computing. Quantum computing will drive AI in the indefinite future. but not right now because we haven't had the breakthroughs in quantum computing. It's very error prone, but that's changing, changing every day. And it's going to need a lot of energy to push it. But if we ever get into what's called general intelligence, uh, or AGI, artificial general intelligence, might as well just put out the artificial and take it away. When machines will think very, very fast and become super intelligent, it will be quantum computing that drives it. And so we're not there, but in 10 years, we definitely could be. So that fits an interesting criteria. So what I've done here, I've opened up a Robinhood account, which is very easy to do. And I would suggest if you can do one, again, if you're very young and taking this class, get your parents' information. If you're over 18 and you want to start this, you have Wall Street right on your computer, and there's not much you cannot buy on this. I love Robinhood and I love Acorns, and with those two systems, I also love Fidelity. All right, I'm not trying to sell anything. I have just accounts here, but I don't have any. They don't pay me to market this, but it's just very easy to use. So here's Quantum. All right. This is what you get on a Robinhood. Right in here, it will tell you what it's trading at. Again, it's trading at 92.96 right now, so you can always round that up to $93. It will always tell you how many shares that you may have, and again, it will give you some very interesting in what it tracks. So this is tracking the development of quantum computers. Now, if you do not want to go on a Robinhood account, this is Yahoo Finance. Very easy. It's completely free. You can make accounts here. Same thing. These two are just, they're a few cents apart because they may have just had different closing times. So that's nothing to worry about. It will tell you all sorts of great information. So what we're looking for, there's the day's range. There's a 52-week range, so we're definitely in a high point. There's my expense ratio, 40%. Okay, great. There's my price earnings ratio. So this means we are in a positive. Anytime a price earnings ratio is a positive number, we know it's making money. Anytime you see TTM, it's 12 trailing months. So that's the 12 consecutive months right behind us. All sorts of great. Again, if you want to find more information, you'll find that right there. You can find the returns. This will help you make a decision. People also watch a lot of these. These are all quantum computing companies right in here. And of course, the bad thing you get with Yahoo Finance is, and you go on any website, it chases you forever. So always trying to advertise there. These are what we're going to look at, the top 5 holdings. And again, what this does at a faster rate than a mutual fund, these change. For instance, Nvidia was their number 2, and it's dropped down to now their number, whatever that might be, 7 or 8, as far as their assets. So these are the companies they own. This is the highest percentage of that they own. So this is not a diverse fund. It's anything that has to do with quantum computing in the logistics side of it, or in the actual computing side, building the computers. That's what this company is investing in. So again, could find that right there, what's in the funds on a Robinhood account as well. So these two accounts will help you. If you wanted to use Fidelity, you could do the same thing, just trying to make it as easy as possible for us. So you find your information. Now we're making better decisions. And so friends, here is the PDF template for your exchange traded fund investment research and portfolio assignment. Now I've changed it up just a little bit from the original directions. I think I may have said 10 ETFs you need to research. Well, we're going to research 6. So in here, put your name in the assignment. Also, when you download it and you save it to your computer, make sure you put your name, just like I've said on all the assignments, in the file name. Really helps me out. Here's the ETF. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You find 6 that you might want to invest in. There's the name, there's the ticker symbol. That means you can go to Google Finance, Yahoo Finance, Robinhood, M1, Fidelity, New York Stock Exchange, whatever you're using. When you put that ticker in, that is the symbol that will bring up that ETF or that stock or that mutual fund. Tickers are very important in the world of finance. What sector and industry are they in? Are they in quantum computing? Are they in nuclear energy? Are they in AI robotics? That's what I want to know in here. What is the current price? If you simply just do the AI prompt and get your information from either chat or Microsoft Copilot, Claude, whatever you're using, I can assure you that's going to be the wrong price. Your AI systems, especially the ones you're using for free, use very old data because they can find it so fast. You need to use the current data, again, from Robinhood, from Yahoo Finance, from Google Finance, just like we did earlier as we researched. You also want to find the earnings per share. Quickly on earnings per share, as we might have mentioned earlier, if it's a negative, we know that company is not making any money. That's okay, because they may be reinvesting everything. But we want to know the earnings per share. This current price is they're always sold in share prices. Now, we go to here, type in anything you want right in there, your top 5 companies that ETF is in. What are the top 5? That gives you an idea of what they're investing in. And then there's an expense ratio. Expense ratios are how the ETFs fund themselves, as well as some commissions that they're going to take. So most expense ratios are under 1%. They could be 0.75%, they could be 0.5, 0.3. Every year, that ETF, same way in mutual funds, will take an expense from that. So if you had a $10,000 in one of these funds and it's at 1%, then they're going to get $100 from you every single year. That's okay. Hey, they got to make their money. As long as they're making us money, we're good. So put the number down and do that for these 6 companies that you would like to invest in. So that's table 1. Go to table 2. Now, instead of, I think I may have said 5 ETFs earlier, we're going to go just for 4. We have $1,000 to create a portfolio. So from the 6, narrow those down to 4 that you would invest in. Again, the ETF name, the ticker symbol, the current price, the amount of shares, the amount invested. For instance, of $1,000, you may say, well, I'll go 500 here, and then I'll go the rest in these other 3, or I'll go 250 across all of the ETFs. Perfectly fine. Whichever one you want to do. Generally speaking, there's one that you like the most, and the others you will use as well. But that's up to you. How many shares did you get? And again, one more time, the total value. Nice. Now we don't stop there. Now for the critical thinking. Why did you do this? So what is the diversity in your ETF? These reflection questions are 1, 2, 3. They should total at least 350 words. That's your total word count for all 3. That's a minimum. If it's a 1 sentence, yeah, man, I like this, then I don't look at it. I'm not going to grade that. This is going to be the rest of your life, my friends. This is going to be the money that you're trying to create, trying to build wealth, and not only just wealth, generational wealth that you can pass down. That's pretty exciting to me. So why would you do that? So what diversity did you have? If we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all across quantum computing, then we're at a risk. We definitely are. I want quantum computing, I want energy, I want AI robotic, I want different things in that area. So maybe in biotech, healthcare too, AI systems. So interesting. We're going to answer that question. Then we'll answer the future growth. Again, this is 10 to 15 years down the road. If you could go back to the year 2010. Now, some of you may have just been very small at that time. It's your point in life. Maybe you could write a little note to your parents or grandparents. Invest in the Magnificent Seven. That's Alphabet. All right? That's Meta. That's Apple. That's Tesla. That's Nvidia. And Microsoft. And one more that just slips in my mind. Even a few of those companies, but if you did the full Mag 7 in the year 2010 and you put $10,000 in there, $10,000 investment is $67 a week for 3 years. So you can start building these portfolios a lot easier than you may think. That would have given us, I believe, a $5.7 million return because Nvidia blew up so much. That was the big horse right in there. They all did very well, and Nvidia just went absolutely insane well. Nice, nice. Wow, I wish I could have done that. Hey, I'm one who didn't think about this way of investing. So, what can we do now? What's going to be in 2035 to 2040? That's your play with this portfolio. Great, 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 great. Let's find that the next magnificent seven. It's going to be the speculative seven right now. Personal investment decisions. Are you going to keep these choices in portfolio for the long term? Again, hopefully you have positioned this that you can take the risk. Yes, some days this portfolio may be fantastic, and then a week comes by and you may have lost 30%. Don't panic. Don't panic at all. We're looking for the year 2035 to 2040. So there we are, my friends. All right. Now let's go back and look at how to submit this project. So when you have your completed PDF form with all your wonderful ETFs and you're happy with what you got, we are going to submit it. Of course, here are the directions. As you've gone through watching the video, you can read through the rest of them just to get a second opportunity. There is the student template. Download that. If I haven't said it in other instructional videos, do not try to attempt to open it from here online and put your information in. It does not save, it will not save. And then I have students trying to do a screenshot of that. That's not part of the directions. It's not going to work. All you have to do is download that, and then you have a great template. Perfect. All right. As I said earlier, that is the format that it must have. All right. Anything other than the PDF fillable form will result in a 50% grade reduction, and we do not want that. What we want to do is submit it, start the assignment. Here you go. When you start the assignment and you put it in, please put your name, as I've asked for you on every single assignment in this class, to put your name in the file name. There's my name. I'm just going to drag it right there. I have 220 students this semester, and every semester I teach. And it's so much easier for me when your name is on there to put it in the correct file and grade your work. Something to think about. Now, if you want to add a comment, you can. You don't have to. Submit the assignments, and as it goes through, yay, I've got my assignment. You can always go back and look at your assignment. And if you submitted the wrong one, many times you may have sent the actual, just the assignment directions, and it has no filling of any forms in there because you saved it differently, which is great. Just redo it. All you have to do is a new attempt. If you ever submit an assignment the wrong way on Canvas, it always takes the next attempt. That's it. Friends, I hope this will inspire you to start some of your portfolios in the investment world. And it's a lot of fun, and it's a different way to start making money. As the great Warren Buffett said, if you cannot find a way to make money while you sleep, then you will work until you die. This is a great way to start making money while we sleep, and I hope you enjoy it.